Hi, Liana and Lana. Thank you for coming in today. But before we go any further, I just wanted to get your permission if it's okay that we record this session.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. And before we go any further, I just also wanted to go over confidentiality. I know that you've signed all the forms before, but it's just really important that you understand that whatever we talk about in this session is private between us. You obviously can talk about it with whoever you choose out here, but I won't. Um, there are just a few circumstances where that may not be able to happen. So I might have to breach a confidentiality. That would occur in if I felt that either of you or someone else was at serious risk of harm, or if there was a court order, I would have to notify the relevant authorities and provide the information required. And also to, as part of being a counsellor, we have regular supervision with another counsellor, just to make sure that our practices are, are the best that we can make them. And in that case, that supervisor is also bound by the same confidentiality requirements. And if I were to make referrals or do anything like that, I would always talk to you both first before sharing that and getting your permission and letting you know what would be shared as well. Do you have any questions around that?
No, all good.
Great. So I guess before we get into what's brought you here, I'd just like to take a little bit of time to explain the process of couples counselling. Have either of you been to couples counselling before?
No.
Okay. So couples counselling is a little bit different to individual counselling in that we focus on your relationship together. So, it's not about taking sides between you or saying one person's right or wrong. It's about coming together, and particularly within an emotionally focused therapy, about learning about how you're interacting with each other. Because within EFT, we kind of see that people get stuck in conflicts. And through the process of understanding how you're interacting, we can find where you're getting stuck and kind of delve into that a little bit more. And through that, improve your relationship with each other. So, as we go forward now, I guess I'd like to hear from you both to find out what's brought you in here and to hear from both of you in regards to what you might feel is a problem or challenge and the reasons why you're here. So, who would like to kind of go first?
I can go first because I was the one that suggested that we try the couples counselling.
Oh, thanks,
We
Leanna.
have a pretty good relationship, all in
Hmm.
all, but just lately, specifically, I've found that Lana has been spending a lot. So she's been doing a lot of like online shopping and things like that, and purchasing. I mean, we have all of our finances all joint and everything now. We've been
Hmm.
together for a long time.
Hmm.
So we're in a place where our finances are joined. And I'm just realizing now how much Lana is spending. And we're trying to save for a holiday. It's something that I think we both need. We need to have a break. We need to have that fun and adventure.
Hmm.
But if Lana keeps spending the way she is, I feel like we're never going to get there.
Hmm. So what I feel like I'm hearing there is that your relationship is really important with Lana. You've been together for a long time. And you've both kind of have agreed that you need a holiday away together. Um, but what a challenge you're having at the moment is that Lana's actually spending a little bit more money than you agreed upon, which is kind of putting back that trip. So you're kind of feeling like that time with her is taking longer. Is that about right?
Yeah, definitely. She's just spending so much. I feel like we'll never get there at this rate.
Hmm. Sure. And Lana, what do you feel is the reason why you've come into counselling today with Liana?
Yeah, it's because of my spending habits. And to
Hmm.
be honest, I didn't realize they were that bad.
Hmm.
Before we came in, I did a quick relook over our finances and I didn't realize how much I was spending.
Hmm.
Um, yes, I do online shop. A little bit here, a little bit there. I know we've got the holiday and we're trying to save up for that. I just didn't realize how much I was spending online.
Hmm. So what I kind of feel like that I'm hearing there from you, Lana, is that um, you recognize now that you have been spending a little bit too much, and the fact that you both have decided to come into counselling today lets me know that your relationship is really important to both of you, and you're trying to find a way forward through this difficulty. So, I guess to help me understand a little bit better, if I was a fly on the wall, what would I be seeing or hearing around you guys talking about the spending, the overspending on Lana's part? What would I see and hear?
You wouldn't hear anything from me because I don't like to talk about it.
Hmm.
I didn't think it was a problem. It's lots of, I see individual transactions, and it wasn't until just before we came into counselling that I actually sat down and looked at all of those transactions built up together. Did I realize just how much I was spending? I
Hmm.
didn't think it was a lot. It was just lots of little transactions that, yeah, worked out to be one big one. I think now maybe I do have a problem with online shopping. It's gone from being something that brings me joy to is now probably more of an addiction. I can see it's affecting our holiday. Our holiday goal keeps getting pushed back and back and back because there's no money left over for savings for the holiday.
Hmm. So you were kind of unaware of this. So was this not something that Liana brought up with you together or tried to talk to you with about?
I never talked about it. Like I'd always skirt away from it. Every time Liana tried to bring it up to me, I'd change the subject. I don't like talking
Hmm.
about it. If I don't talk about it, then it's not real. So,
Hmm. So
and
kind
yeah,
of, hmm.
I think bringing us to counselling today actually forced me to sit down and look at my spending.
Right. So when Liana was trying to talk to you about it, you were kind of shutting down and withdrawing from her.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we kind of pause there on that. When you're shutting down and withdrawing, what's happening for you inside?
I feel like I'm letting her down.
Hmm. Letting her down.
Because yeah, we're supposed to be saving for this holiday. And like she said, we both need it. But then I go online and I see something I really like, and then it's on sale, and I think that'll go really good in the house, or this will really match this, and then before you know it, I've bought it, and then yeah, that adrenaline rush that I get is really good, and then I look at the finances, and then everything drops again because I'm like, oh, I've spent money I shouldn't
Hmm.
have.
So what I feel like I'm hearing you describe there is this process where Liana tries to raise it with you, and in that moment you're feeling maybe a bit of shame and realizing that you've done something that's impacted your ability to spend more time with Liana on this holiday, and that kind of is hurting you inside, and so to kind of deal with that hurt, you're kind of withdrawing a bit from her.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate.
Hmm. How is that for you, Liana, to hear Lana talk about that?
Um, yeah, I think that sounds pretty spot on. When I'm trying not to jump in and say anything, but there were a couple of things there that Lana said before, where she said I didn't think I was spending, or I didn't know that I was spending so much. But yeah, I have tried on so many occasions to talk to her about it, and she just,
Hmm.
yeah, like she said, it's nice to know that she recognizes she's not listening, because that's how I feel. She just doesn't want to talk about it, and she just walks away from me. And
Hmm.
I find that really hurtful, when, we're a couple, we're meant to be in this together. And, if there is something going on that's making her spend this money, or it's taking her away from, anything that's going on inside, I want to know about it. I want to be there to help. I'm not here to judge her or shame her, or tell her that she's wrong.
Hmm.
When no one's perfect, I want us to get through it together. I want her to know she's not alone, because
Hmm.
this is what couples do. There's always going to be something, and in a couple of years' time, it could be something that I'm doing that's hurting you, and I would hope that you would be there to talk about it with me.
So I'm
if
wondering,
I'm
I that was great you sharing that. And I think what I'm hearing from both of you is that the relationship is really important. And I kind of want to talk about with you when you're describing that I kind of maybe getting the sense that you're feeling like when she's withdrawing, that she's kind of withdrawing from your relationship and that you're questioning if she is as committed. I'm wondering if that's there or what's happening for you. What are you feeling
I
inside
don't
when you
think
see her
that I
pulling
don't feel like
away?
she's yeah, I don't feel like she's not committed. I think there's like we know we love each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about that. I just
Mm.
I don't want to feel like she's not comfortable enough to open up to me. And I think that's my concern is that she's um she's withdrawing from me, but I would like to be the person that she comes to, you know, when there's something going on, if she's upset or if there's something she needs to talk about, I want to be the person that she talks to about it and
So
that she
you
comes
want,
to, not the other way around. Not I don't want her to run from me. I don't want her to run away when something gets
mm.
hard.
So you feel like she's running and you want her to feel safe with you to talk about anything because she's the most important person to you and that you are
That's
there
right.
for her to talk and that she's kind of putting that distance and not talking is hurting you as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm. Mm. So how was that for you, Lana, hearing Liana speak about that hurt she feels when you pull away?
Yeah, it was actually nice to hear her say she doesn't want to judge me because I think that's my biggest fear is that she will judge me. And that's what
Mm.
I'm worried about, that if she judges me, then maybe she will want to end this relationship. If I've done something wrong, I'd rather not deal with it. But she's just said that she won't judge me.
Mm.
I actually feel a bit invited to talk to her and open up a bit more to her
Mm.
now about it. Um, I
So
have
he,
recognized that, yes, so,
mm.
as I say, I've recognized that I do have a problem here, and it's nice to hear that Liana wants to help me through that.
Hmm.
I didn't think that was the case, so I was pulling back, but hearing her say that she wants to help me, I want her help.
So I'm wondering if what I'm hearing in there is that you're pulling away was you worried that if you did something else wrong within that your relationship might end. And what I'm hearing there is that your relationship is really important to you, and that withdrawal was just your way of protecting you both from further harm. And I guess what I'm also hearing is that when Liana said to you that she wants to be that person you come to, you've now recognized or recognizing that she actually has you and that she's there for you no matter what.
Yeah.
Hmm. So kind of thinking about all that, where would you both like to see this couples therapy going forward? What would your goal here be? And I really feel like you've had a really strong, powerful moment right now in understanding each other in a way that you haven't. Where what would you like to see happen going forward?
I think just working through this together, like as a couple, sorting out like what it is that, you know, Lana said before that she feels like she has an addiction with the shopping. And I didn't realize that. I just thought she
Mm.
was just spending, you know, but I wanted to know why, but I
Mm.
didn't realize that's how she feels about it. So I guess working through that together, like I want to be there to support her and help her and maybe find some other hobbies that you can get that, I don't know, that adrenaline rush that you explained earlier. Maybe there's something else we can find that we can do together that you will get that feeling from that's not shopping, so that we can save for that holiday. So I don't know if there's something, you know, a sport or some sort of hobby that we can do together, that might help you, you know, when you're feeling like you want to go shopping, maybe we can do something else. Um, yeah.
I think
So,
that's a really good idea. I
mm.
think if I'm distracted, then I can't shop. So that's a really good idea. I also think from my part, before I hit the pay now button, maybe I can bring it to you first. And then you can be that little gatekeeper for me to say, do I really need it, or do we really need it? So rather than me saying, yep, we need all this and ordering it, maybe before I order it, I can come to you and say, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah, that sounds good. And I think, yeah, just stopping shopping altogether, it's not going to work. It's just going to be too hard. So if we just maybe slowly start to reduce things here and there, and if you start seeing that holiday bank account increase, that will maybe get you a bit motivated to, shop less. And that's kind of my hope is, yeah, maybe over time things will start to get better. But yeah, I definitely don't expect you to just stop, but maybe just, yeah, talk to me before you make a big purchase and we can work out, yeah, like you said, if it's necessary.
Yeah, I'm open to doing that. I think that's a good idea, and yeah, I'm happy to bring that to you before I hit the pay now button. I'll always come to you now.
Okay.
So I think it's really important to acknowledge that when you first came in and you're describing what your challenge was, there was this bit of dynamic of Liana pursuing you, Lana, and you withdrawing. And then in having that spoken out loud and being able to hear each other's perspectives, Liana actually invited you back in and said that she was here for you to be safe. And, that's amazing that you have got that love for Lana to be able to do that. And Lana for you to reach into that with Liana reaching out to you, it kind of what I believe I'm seeing is just two people that really love each other and want to be there for each other. And that you're now, both of you describing a way to work together through this so that you can be there for each other and to go on your holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And I guess I'm wondering too, do you feel like you want to go together with this forward as how it goes, and also that kind of consideration, maybe, we might need to look at some other sorts of supports as well if you do feel like you've got a bit of an addiction with the spending?
Yeah, I think it's something that I can control. I want to control.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it alone, but I think with Liana's help and support there that she's offered me, I'm willing to really give that a good try.
Yeah, maybe we can see how we go, just us two working through it with you for now. And if you feel like maybe Lana, if it's a bit too much and you do need some extra support, maybe we can look at getting, seeing an addiction counselor or something like that. But I guess you don't know how strong an addiction it is yet because we haven't really tried to reduce it. So maybe we just see how things go for now. And I don't know, what do you think we should do, Andrew?
Yeah, I'd like to just rely on you for now, if that's okay. I don't think I need outside support. I didn't realize it was there. The addiction was there, but now that I know that I've got your support, I think that changes everything from my perspective. So I want to work through this together.
And I think it's really important
Me
that you
too.
both actually acknowledge that I haven't really given you any support. I've just created a space for you both to share what was happening for you in those moments. And you've actually, both of you have done this yourself together. Well, not yourself. You've done it together as a couple. And sometimes, and this is what EFT is all about. When we're stuck and you're afraid, Lana, you were concerned that you recognise that you'd made an error, and that you're worried about the pain that you'd cause Liana and that challenge. But to acknowledge that and to talk about that and to let Liana hear that takes a lot of strength. And then both of you were able to kind of realize that when you're pulling away, Lana, it's actually because you're worried about harming the relationship. So you've actually both come together here to resolve this yourself.
Yes, can't believe we couldn't just do this at home.
It's really normal. Couples, we all have these moments where we get stuck in these things, and we're very relational humans. So sometimes we just need an extra perspective so that we can see our way through. Well, our session's coming to a close very soon, so you both are comfortable to keep working through this and to touch base again next week with me and to talk about how it's going and to move forward from there. All right.
That sounds good.
Great. All right. Well, thank you for coming in, and I will speak next week.
Thank you.
Andrew.
All right. Bye bye.